You know, and these people pleading with you to do something different. And they giving you tools, man. They giving you tools that you can use to do something different. Because we don't like coming down here and I come back 2 years later and I see some of the same faces that had left here and came back. That shit ain't no joy for me. And I done been in situations when that happens. I was in a jail. Somebody else, you know, they know who coming in. Man, they saw so-and-so and went out there, stayed 6 months, tripped up, he on the way back. And they running around like, oh, so-and-so back, so-and-so back. You know, like they cheering and shit. You know, that shit ain't nothing good. You know, and I don't get nothing from seeing somebody else's demise. You know, and that's just the bullshit that, man, we get caught up in sometimes. You know, leave the bullshit alone, man, and let's get into some real shit. You know, let's get into some real shit. Let's not, the message for the day is, let's not give up. Don't quit on ourselves. Don't quit on ourselves. And I know that shit is easier said than it is done. You got to do some work, man, but you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And man, the fella that I'm about to call up, man, for y'all that didn't know, man, the last time I went to jail, John was carrying the message in the Richmond City Jail, 1988. Picked me up after I got out of jail, took me to a meeting, eventually became my first sponsor in NA. 35 years ago. And me and him still doing this now. We still doing this now. You know, because this has become our passion. And like I just said, man, I don't get no glory out of seeing somebody else's demise. That shit don't prop me up, set me up, make me look good. You know, I'm here for a purpose, man. To try to pass this information on to the next individual. You know, like we have passed it on to Nod. With that, I give you John.
Thank you, Marshall. Y'all give it up for Marshall, man. Ain't that motivating or what?
Thank you.
All right, Steve.
Yeah.
He just blew his Christmas bonus, man. I'm John. Yeah. I'm in recovery. You know me, I'm glad to be down here. I was riding down with Renard. Renard's only been out of jail a couple months, a month, whatever it was. But I reminded Renard on the way there, I said, now look, Renard, you're going to be tempted. Temptation has gone nowhere. But when you come in tonight, see if you really want to come back. See if this is where you want to be for the holidays, okay? Because trust me, these people ain't going nowhere. Court's open every day. So it's a privilege to come up in here. This was my message, to come in here, carry a hope shot, and leave. And trust me, that's a privilege. And speaking of privilege, I want to remind the COs, please remind the sheriff, we're grateful that we can be able to open these doors up so we can come in here and carry that message of hope that an addict, any addict, can stop using drugs, lose that desire to use drugs, and find a new way to live. And if you're like me, I obsess a lot on things. And it's that new way to live that keeps me away from going back to drug use. So if you can find a new way to live, you can get this thing, okay? Pay attention, goddammit. I'm the movie up here. That's you, man. You know, it's amazing with these guys 24/7, man. No, man, that's a different subject matter. Hey, by the way, I'm glad the room's set up this way. I think that was a good hit. I don't know whose idea it was. Keeps you more focused, don't it? Tell the truth. Anyways, enough of that. It ain't hard staying clean. It's hard avoiding trouble that gets us in trouble, okay? We mentioned temptation earlier. temptation goes nowhere. It's what you do is going to be real important, because I promise you, as long as you stay clean, stay out of trouble, you have a chance to make good choices. All my choices for the last 41 plus years have been good, better, and best, with a couple exceptions, but they have nothing to do with drug use. But the minute you get high, the minute you pick up, you no longer have a chance to make good choices, because all your choices are going to be get more. And for us, when we get more, that's when shit hits the fan. Because if you got the same disease I got, the same illness I got, when I pick up, it only ends jails, institutions, a miserable lifestyle. I don't mind being in recovery. I like being clean. I like staying clean. I like the life I got. Okay, it may not look like much to you. When I went down and visited Marshall 35 years ago, it may not look like much to him, but I know it means a lot to my mother, my wife, my daughter, my brothers, my sisters, my neighbors, my community, and that's important to me. I have value in that. So I hate the fact you guys are here over the holidays. You can't be with your families. Seriously, take the time out and think about it. Bernard, think about it. Would you rather be in here? Or would you rather be outside struggling, being faced with temptations and challenges? You know, it's your choice. You know, don't waste the time while you're here either. Don't be walking around over the holiday season feeling all sorry for yourself, because they ain't gonna get you nowhere. Work on yourself. Take the time out, figure out why and what do I got to do to keep coming back here. And trust me, y'all smart people. There ain't no dummies in here. Maybe a couple, but most of us are pretty smart. That's just a fact. I mean, I don't make fun of dummies or nothing, but so, you know, I'm glad we're here. I'm glad they let us in here. I know most of you find value in what we do. We got a great speaker tonight. We got a wonderful peanut gallery. Got another fellow going to say a few words on the end, so y'all pay attention. Our speaker tonight, somebody I've known for quite a while. I used to love him all the time until he became chairman of the board of McShin. Then he become a pain in my ass sometimes. But he really, you know, McShin's a wonderful organization. I know this ain't really a McShin meeting, but, you know, John, he helped make McShin who we are today. You know, he came in there, the guy in recovery that wanted to help a charity do better. And I mean, we doubled in size, doubled in the services we provided, became super ethical, super transparent, controls. I mean, I give this man a lot of credit for where we are as an organization today. And I'll never forget the time you put into us and you helped us there. So I appreciate that. But I'm gonna let him come up here and share his experience, strength, and hope. Let's give a warm welcome to John Finn. It'll come on magically. It comes on magically.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
I just want to say it's all about magic.
Yeah.
Is it on?
It should be. You want me to give him
Can
mine?
you hear that? Can you hear me?
Is that me or him? Hey.
Hey guys, my name's John.
His ain't on.
I'm in recovery. And I always open up my talks with, okay. Steve is smoking crack. Is that what's going on? Well, why you got, all right, you can load me now? Electrocute. Hello? All right.
Pretty good.
All right, good deal. Oh, yeah, there we go. Like I said, my name is John. I'm an addict. I always open my talks up with this. Humility is the watchword of my recovery. I was a damn mess until I got humble. You know, I grew up thinking I was special. I grew up thinking that the world owed me something. Once I got in this program, it taught me that being humble, being helpful, being of service, these are the important things in my life today. 17 years ago, I was sitting where you were sitting, where you're sitting. Contrary to your wife, I was old. I was 40. And 17 years ago, I was sitting where you were sitting, and I didn't know what was going to become of my life. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know what was going to go on in my life, how I was going to move forward. But today, I got a different life. Now, I'm not telling you some of this stuff to brag. I always laugh when somebody says that. Is that I'm not telling you this to brag, and I always say to myself, now, this ain't my forgetting ready to brag. But today, I have a new life, newfound life. 16 years ago, I'm sitting where you guys are sitting. Today, I own the largest minority-owned real estate firm in the Mid-Atlantic. I got a home, got a great wife who's a huge Alabama fan. We're getting ready to get on the plane to go to Pasadena to watch the Rose Bowl. I've got, I got the Mercedes, I got the Mercedes convertible, I got the Lexus truck, 2 beach houses, just an incredible, incredible life. If you look at it like in Maslow, I have self-actualized. I have done everything that I wanted to do. And most of it I've done in the last 16 years in the program of Narcotics Anonymous. I had people like Marshall and John that were already there for me, to get me straight, to help me out. And when I changed the way I was living, because you see, I am the same age as Bill Gates. And I used to spend my life trying to catch Bill. And remind you, this years ago. And about that time, and then one day I woke up and realized Bill has a $30 billion lead on me. And I had to wake up and say, John, you're not going to catch Bill. You need to change the way you're living. And through this program, that's what happened to me. I changed the way I was living. I got humble, I stopped thinking I was it. I started working for people and working for causes. That's how I ended up on John's board, because otherwise, you want to do something good. Otherwise, you wouldn't want to deal with him, man. I'll tell you the honest to goodness truth. You don't want to deal with him on a regular basis. But I started getting involved in the community. I started enjoying it. And as a result of doing that, I started meeting people and started making connections. And life just got better. The wife stopped complaining. I don't know why. Maybe it was because I was coming home for a change. Now I went out in the street all night long. The kids, started talking to me because I started showing up for the karate tournament and the baseball game. Life just got better through the program of Narcotics Anonymous for me, and working in recovery for me. I'm gonna tell you a story. My son was, kindergarten. He was in kindergarten. And this is his first semester of school. It's the fall semester. He's in kindergarten. But he wanted, for Christmas, obviously some toys, but he wanted big boy pants. He wanted some jeans with a button and a zipper, like the big boys wore. And so for Christmas, my wife got him 4 pair of jeans. Blue pair, brown pair, beige pair. So he got him some jeans, and so he got jeans for Christmas. So he was, he about excited as a kid gonna be about clothes on Christmas. But he really wanted these clothes, so he had them. So once the semester started back in January, he went back to school, and he, first day, he had his jeans on. He put his jeans on, because, most of what he was wearing before then was like pull-ups or sweatpants or something. And so He had his jeans on, and he wore them to school. Life goes on. About 3 days later, my wife goes, hey, you ain't want no more of your jeans. Let's put some jeans on. So that morning, him and my wife were in the other room going at it, back and forth about these jeans. No, I don't want to wear the jeans. She go like, yeah, well, you like the jeans. This is your action for Christmas. You got 3 more pair of these things you ain't even wore yet. And they were going back and forth, and I'm in the world they doing in there. So my wife come blowing by me. He don't want to wear the jeans. I don't know what's going on. Lord help me, Jesus Christ. And she just go running off downstairs. And so I walk into the room, and he's standing there in his drawers, crying. And I'm like, and what would never come to me when I was in active using was like thinking about somebody else or thinking about somebody else's condition. It just kind of came to me and said, hey, man, what's wrong? How can I help? And he just looked up at me and said, Daddy, I can't work the zipper. Now, that's kind of funny. That's why he didn't wear the pants, because he couldn't work the zipper. And it's kind of funny, you know, you're like, it's easy for us to laugh at something like that. Because you know why? We know how to work a zipper. No, we know how to work a zipper. So that ain't a crisis for us. Think about him. He is a 5-year-old kindergartner putting on a pair of pants at 7 o'clock in the morning that he knows he can't get out of till 7 o'clock at night when he gets back home and mom and dad to help him. That's the way we are sometimes in active addiction. You know, it's somebody that can help us. But first of all, we have to stop being embarrassed enough to ask for help. I know when I finally got to the program, because the judge sent me, people said, when did you decide you were going to get in? I said, decided when the judge told me either go to the program or to jail again. So we have to realize that, you know, you got to ask for help. Sometimes what's a problem for you, somebody like these guys already been through. They dealt with trying to stop using. You know, I just didn't wake up one day and stop using. It was a process. It was a long process. And so just like my son, we as a collective have to help each other. You know, because sometimes, you know, you got friends that get in, you know, to do stuff that you can, oh man, I did that before. You don't want to do it that way. This is the way to do it. And that's the power of the group. That's the power of us helping each other. That's the premise. That's the concept how recovery works. It is a team thing. If you go into recovery thinking you can do it all by yourself, it's going to be a tough road. It's like, son, you know, it's like, hey, man, tell somebody you can't zip your pants. You know? Tell somebody I got a problem with addiction. Ask somebody, can you show me how? That's what I did with him. I said, okay, take these pants off. I told him, look, man, it's not, can't work. You just don't know how. So we took the pants off, put the blue ones on, worked the button a long time. We were late to school that day. Put the button, take them off, put another pair on. And that is the way recovery works for us. You know? He take the pants off, put another pair on. Go to a meeting, take the pants off, put another pair on. Get a sponsor, take the pants off, put another pair on. Work on your relationship with your higher power. Take the pants off, put another pair on. Do some service work do something for somebody every day and don't tell nobody you did it. And when you do those things in recovery, and it's practice, and you get that practice in, and you're practicing going to meetings, and you're practicing the working steps, and doing working the traditions, and doing the things that people in long-term recovery do. One day you wake up and you can zip your pants. If you are new to the concept of recovery, welcome. I can only encourage you to get involved in a program, Narcotics Anonymous, McShin, somewhere. And if you do these 5, if you struggle with using, if you really struggle with using, I ask you to do these 5 things. Go to a meeting, that's when you get out. Work the steps, get a sponsor, work on your relationship with God, and do something for somebody each and every day. And if you do that if you do those 5 things every day, that's a lot of stuff to do in one day. But if you work toward doing that every day, or trying to get as much of it in a day as you can, you will reach the ultimate goal in recovery. And that is, you won't use no matter what. Thank you for letting me share.
Man, I like he was saying, thank you, John, for sharing. I'm gonna use that one about the pants, about the zipper in the pants. Yeah, because I was a smart guy when I got here, and I read the NA book, and this book has been around since like 1953. And I'm looking at the book, and I was like, man, this ain't right. They need to change this, And I'm thinking again, they need to change this, because I thought I was smart. I done been in penitentiary for 6 years. I done been in penitentiary. I was all state basketball and football. I was a hell of an athlete. Maggie Walker Armstrong, I was a hell of an athlete. Made all Southern District defensive back. We played against John Marshall. This was the first time a predominantly white school played against a predominantly black school in 1968. And I hit the winning basket. 4 seconds left in the game, top of the key, bam! So, in my mind, I became a legend. What people don't understand is, after those games, man, everybody was drinking. We was drinking the wine, and we were drinking the liquor. You know what I'm saying? Now, from that, I go to VCU, School of Engineering. I found out that I had one of the highest scores on the SAT test. One of the highest scores. I didn't even know what SAT was. I know I want a dummy. I got a military father, just like John. And my father had laid it out there, man. That was my hero. He had laid it out there, And I went to VCU School of Engineering, And man, I'm telling you, college was a blessing and it was a curse. After the first year and a half, I got with the party folks. Oh man, and it was on then, Then they got me a job in engineering, And man, my using went from here to here, you know, and went there. But what I kept thinking about was I was the only black in the class of 20-some people. I must be smart. I must be smart, you know? So then I'm reading on a regular basis. I read the book, and I was like, man, this book ain't, some of this stuff right here don't make sense to me. Just like John said, because I ain't know nothing about recovery. All the stuff that I knew about, I knew nothing about recovery. And that's where the change had to come in. You know, I ain't know nothing about recovery. That's why I got whipped like I got whipped. That's why I was down in jail 1988, 20 years later, from 68 to 88, I was down in jail. And John was doing the same thing that I'm doing now. John and Ken was bringing the message, you know, was bringing it down to the Richmond City jail. And he agreed to pick me up after I got out, the day that I got out. Because that's what they said. Man, don't get out and go back to your old neighborhood. We're going to pick you up and we're going to take you to a meeting. We're going to love you till you learn to love yourself. You know, we're going to show you. We're going to show you, man. And I agreed to it. I agreed to it. Because when I went to the penitentiary, I saw some stuff in there that resonated with athletic scholarship being so damn smart. Blew it. So, and the company together, I just dismissed that because what I had before me, like John said, you heard me say it the other day, I got Mercedes outside, I got the Lexus outside, I got a nice house outside. You know what I'm saying? I got more money than I ever dreamed of, and I'm supposed to be a drug dealer. You know, I'm supposed to be a drug dealer. You know, and I know a whole lot of things. I done been in jail. All the drug dealers can't even get a damn lawyer. Can't get out on water.
Funny. He's the man so much, and I forgive. And I was thinking, when y'all talking drug dealers of money, I was thinking the three of us, those drug dealers, dude. They ain't safe for drug dealers, man. That's not a good business to be in, especially with fentanyl, because the public opinion is really swinging. You know, they got a public opinion out there about fentanyl dealers that's up there with, you know, sex offenders. So you might want to think about that. But that I really don't want to talk about. I get a lot of phone calls all the time. A few years back, a lady running for Congress. She came to my office, I'm running for Congress. I didn't know who she was. She didn't know, but I said, look, if you want my support, I need to know you're going to be a champion of recovery. And she said, well, what's that look like? So I'm going to give you a movie to watch, and you come back, I'm going to give you a 10-question quiz. If you pass the quiz, I'll donate some money to you. And we'll go from there. Well, she actually did it. Most politicians don't homework assignment. And remember, she's a nobody. She's even going to win a primary, then an election, for those of you that know about politics. So she came back. She got 9 questions right. So she missed a question that she knew the answer. She just couldn't remember the exact answer. And it made a difference in that person's political career, and then she's running for governor of Virginia. And, you know, she could very well be our next governor. Anyway, like I said, politicians call me. I tell them all the same thing. You want my support? You want our champion? Well, you know what is you're a champion. You know, you got to come see me, pass my test, go to a meeting with me, whatever. Well, this guy says, I can meet you at a meeting. He lives out here in New Kent. So I said, well, we go to jail on Tuesday night every other week in New Kent. Come on down in and come to the meeting and see what we do. See what recovery is all about. You want to help us? Come out there and see what it is you want to help. So anyways,
you all in recovery pods. So much respect for that. My father, Marshall, talked about don't give up, or just don't give up. My father was the most brilliant person I ever knew. But when he was coming up, he had to deal with racism and people not respecting him for the man that he was. And 40 years ago, Black folks didn't have a way to battle that. So my father buried himself in a bottle. And for most of his life, he was suffering from addiction. The last 10 years of his life, he finally broke it. And when he died, he was free of alcohol. So I say that to say, keep going. What you're doing now, keep going. Don't give up. And I'm not going to be long. I'm going to be very brief. I am running for Congress. I don't care who you vote for. The main thing I want you to do is when you get out of here, register to vote. Your vote counts, and you can make a difference. So, and like John talked about, our next governor is probably going to be Abigail Spanberger. I probably should have said that. But again, much respect to you all for what you're doing. I appreciate the opportunity to be here this evening. This won't be the last time I'm here. You will see me again. So John has asked me if I play football or basketball. And my answer is, I played basketball 100 pounds ago.
First thing I said when I saw him, I said, you're a big son of a bitch, man. Anyways, we do have one of your own come back up in here. She reminded me walking down the hallway. She said, don't you remember me from here? And I said, no. And then I looked at her twice. And, you do look like that scrappy little girl that used to come in here, but you look different from blue and black. But Jacqueline, come on up and say a couple words. She's doing very good, by the way. Y'all remember her? Any of the girls? Was she here when you were here? No, you've been here a while then.
Oh, I'm not talking.
Yeah, just say hello.
Oh.
Life is good.
Hey, guys. How's everyone doing? Good. Well, I was locked up here. Let's see. I got out last May. So I've been out and so I've been out for a couple months. Yeah.
You were here in May.
Yeah.
You've been out in May?
Yeah, I got out May 2nd. It was 7 months. Yeah.
She dyes her hair black, okay?
I started working with horses again, which is something I'm very passionate about. I go to meetings. Yeah, so I mean, that's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
She ain't known for talking. That's her boyfriend, Tyler, over there. He's in trouble. Oh, lucky you.
Thanks, man. I'm Tyler. I ran, how y'all doing? I ran the RSW mixed-in jail pod for 4.5 months. I did that for I was locked up that bid 2 years. But when I did the program and ended up running it, I ended up coming here straight out of jail. And when I came out, I ain't had nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I was still a boy. You know what I mean? But right now I can stand here and tell you I just got custody of my son back. And I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Everybody stick together, man. You know what I'm saying? We all in this together. You know what I mean? Well, goddamn. My bad. But just stay together, man. This recovery thing, it can take you places in life that you really want to go. You just got to put your mind to it. Thank you.
Look, the truth is, this shit ain't easy, okay? I promise you, they work hard day in and day out, okay? They're tempted day in and day out, and it ain't easy, and many people, you're in and out, okay? So we get it. You know, the truth is, we're here for you. If you want us to need us, we'll do our best for you. Maynard's been like a duck on a June bug ever since he got out. Come on up. But if you do the work, if you try, you'll get the result. That's the message.
Hey, I'm Renard. All right, so first off, I just celebrated 2 years clean last Tuesday at my home. But I'm speaking about his family because family is real important to me, right? So at my home group meeting, my mama was there, my sisters was there, my aunt was there. I had a whole bunch of friends come. I had about 30 people show up for me. And one thing my mama spoke about when it was her turn to speak, because she the one who gave me my 2-year NA medallion, and what really had stood out to me was that she told me that when I was going through what I was going through, she was raising a son that she didn't recognize, and it had really hit me because I hadn't realized how much damage I had did to my mama, like, and my sisters, like. So when my sister spoke, she spoke about how the relationship between me and her fell apart, being that I had moved out the house at a young age, and when I was doing what I was doing, she didn't feel like she was protected no more. And that don't jive really. Like I knew what was going on with my sister, because my sister had a lot of resentment against me for a long time, like a really long time. We couldn't stand in the same room for more than 15 minutes, or it was gonna be an argument. You know what I mean? My mom would try to break up the argument and all that stuff. But for me to finally hear it out her mouth and know where this was coming from was like, yeah, I ain't got no choice but to stay where I'm at. I can't go back because I got a little sister who been trying to find her brother and get her brother back for years. And she finally get a chance to get him back. You know what I mean? And I got a lot of eyes on me now. Like, even after the meeting, people came up to me after the meeting and told me that that was the best meeting that they had been to because they was able to see a family come back together right in front of their face. Instead of just hearing people talk about it, they was able to see me, my mother, and my sisters and my aunt sit next to each other with a smile on our face, no arguing, and everybody rooting for me. You know what I mean? And that was a good feeling to see people show up for me. You know what I mean? Because I'd be like, people don't care about me. You know what I mean? Or I'm in it by myself. Just know, man, your family, they gonna love you from a distance while you're doing what you're doing to get yourself together. But when it's time, when you show up to get yourself together, oh, they gonna be there, 10 toes behind you. My family, 10 toes behind me. Tyler, that's my dog right there. Like, me and bro kick it every night before we go to sleep. Me and bro gonna have an important conversation about what we trying to do with ourselves. You know what I mean? So what they say in NA, iron sharpens iron, right? You know what I mean? So and it's crazy because I wait for the man to come in the house. He come in late, and I stay up and wait for him. I be tired as I don't know what, but I stay up and wait for that man because he an important person to me. He is a part of my network. That's my assistant house leader. You know what I mean? And you just got to keep people around you, man, that's trying to do the same thing that you're trying to do, man. If you want to go out here and you want to look like goddamn NBA YoungBoy, Yo Gotti and them, that's what circle you can find yourself in. And that same circle find you in here. But guess what? When you get in here, they ain't gonna be there to put money on your books. They ain't gonna take care of your kid. They ain't gonna show up for your mom. You know what I mean? Anything happen to your brother, they're not gonna do that. They're not probably won't even go to your brother's funeral just because you ain't be able to make it there. It's real out here. Every day ain't easy, man. Trust me, every day ain't easy. Cause I'm dealing with stuff with my family now. But I have to realize that I can't always protect people. You know what I mean? I gotta let them figure it out for themselves because that ain't the life that I'm living. I ain't in the streets no more, bro. Like I really ain't in the streets no more. Like, I'm all the way gone. Like. And the thing about it now is I don't care who respect it. Cause guess what? I respect me. Ain't nobody gotta respect me. Like you ain't gotta respect that I'm in the street no more. Cause I ain't got no point to prove. What I gotta prove to you? I'm trying to go back to jail. That ain't no point to prove. I'm gonna prove to you that guess what? I'm ready to handle my business. I'm gonna get my daughter back. I'm gonna hold it down for my little sisters. I'm gonna hold it down for my mama when she get old to make sure that she ain't gotta worry about nothing. That's real business. Like, you know what I mean? That's real business. Like, Ortega, you been with me, man, for a year. You was with me for a year, man. You would Orbit Life. I've been talking about this for a whole year, man. I'm just manifesting a vision, man, that I'm trying to execute, man. Like, you know what I mean? Just step in line with this jump, man, because this is a good place to be. Recovery is a good place to be, man. I'm telling you. I don't even miss the lifestyle no more. Like, I eat lunch at his house. The big man to mix in. I eat lunch at his house. You know what I mean? Riding the car with him on the highway here. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm in the right people pocket. You feel me? I finally jumped in somebody's pocket. And I ain't talking about no jail pocket either. Y'all know what I'm talking about too. Yeah. Yeah, you feel me? I'd have been in prison twice. I mean, I know how this shit go. But yeah, man, I jumped in the right people pocket. I got the right people in my corner, man. I got good friends, you know what I mean? Everybody that keep a smile on their face. Ain't no negative attitude when I'm talking to them. Even if it's a negative attitude, we're gonna break that in the next 2 minutes. You know what I mean? But just look out for yourself, man. Do something for yourself, man. And then do it for your family, man. That's all I got to tell you.
Proud of you, man. You know, the point is there is a recovery community out there waiting for you. If you go where the love is, you're gonna get the results. And you know, it ain't always easy, but it's always worth it. Okay, it's not always easy, but it's always worth it. So, you know, I'm just so glad you guys let us up in here. Thank the sheriff again for letting us be consistent. Come in here every 2 weeks. You got anything else, Marshall?
Yeah. And on occasions, man, you find somebody in here. I'm still excited about this thing, man. I've been here 35 years. John been here 40 years. And man, we bring excitement. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, I don't owe the street nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving forward. You know, thank y'all for being here. I got a good snapshot today.